Imagine a moment where the weight of the world presses down on you, voices clamoring for your attention, chaos swirling around you, and emotions tugging at your composure. Now, picture yourself standing firm, unmoved by the storm, as your silence becomes your shield and your sanctuary. In a world that prizes noise, reaction, and endless opinion, the art of silence is not merely an absence of sound. It is a presence of strength, wisdom, and clarity. The ancient Stoics understood silence as more than restraint. It was a discipline, a deliberate choice to master the self amidst the cacophony of life. It's not about muting your voice or suppressing your feelings. It's about channeling your energy wisely, holding firm to your values, and speaking only when words serve a purpose higher than fleeting satisfaction. This isn't mere quiet, it's the language of resilience. Think about the last time you faced a difficult moment, a heated argument, a stinging insult, or the temptation to respond impulsively to gossip. What if, instead of reacting, you chose silence as your guide? Not out of weakness, but out of the profound understanding that your silence carries more weight than any argument could. This is the essence of Stoic silence, a space where wisdom meets discipline and where inner peace is preserved against the relentless tides of external chaos. Today, we embark on a journey to uncover the transformative power of silence. We'll explore how this ancient principle, so often overlooked in our noisy, reaction-driven world, can become a cornerstone of personal growth and self-mastery. Whether you're grappling with the pull of gossip, the sting of criticism, or the flames of anger, Stoicism offers us a timeless roadmap to navigate these challenges with dignity and grace. As we delve deeper, remember that this isn't just about staying quiet. It's about cultivating a silence so intentional, so profound, that it speaks volumes about who you are and the life you aspire to live. Let's begin this exploration into the art of Stoic silence, a practice that can transform how we engage with the world and, more importantly, how we nurture our inner selves. 1. Silence in the face of gossip. Imagine a moment when your name becomes a whisper in the hallways, a topic of fleeting conversations, or the subject of speculative messages exchanged in secret corners. Gossip, like an unrestrained wildfire, thrives on the oxygen of attention, fueled by the energy of reaction. In such moments, the instinct to defend, correct, or confront is almost irresistible, a natural human response to protect one's integrity and reclaim control. Yet, the wisdom of Stoicism offers a different path, one less traveled but far more profound, the path of strategic silence. When faced with gossip, the Stoic chooses to pause, not out of resignation or defeat, but from an unshakable understanding of where true power lies. Reacting to gossip grants it life, anchoring it deeper into the minds of others. Each word spoken in defense becomes another log for the fire. Instead, silence disarms gossip, depriving it of its sustenance, attention. It shifts the focus from the noise of rumors to the quiet strength of character. This silence is not passive. It is an active assertion of self-control, a declaration that your worth and truth are not dictated by the fleeting judgments of others. The Stoic understands that gossip says more about the speaker than the subject. It reveals insecurity, fear, or the need to feel superior through the diminishment of others. By refusing to engage, you rise above, showing that your peace of mind holds far greater value than the transitory satisfaction of retaliation. In this practice of silence, there is dignity, a grace that transcends the petty and the trivial. It is a statement that your character, built on values and integrity, cannot be tarnished by idle talk. Those who truly matter, those who see you for who you are, will not be swayed by whispers in the wind. And for those who believe the untruths, their opinions were never within your control to begin with, nor should they hold weight in the tapestry of your life. So, the next time gossip encircles you, Remember the Stoic lesson: breathe, pause, and let silence do the talking. It is in that silence that you not only protect your peace, but also project an unspoken strength that no rumor can shake. For in a world hungry for reaction, silence remains the most eloquent response. 2. Dealing with insults. There comes a moment when words, sharp as blades, find their way to you. An offhand remark, a mocking tone, or a jest thinly veiled as humor. These moments sting, not just because of the words themselves, but because of the vulnerability they touch within us. Insults, whether delivered with malice or thoughtlessness, test the strength of our character. In such moments, the teachings of Stoicism offer us a profound shield. The ability to see these words for what they truly are and to rise above their intended harm. A Stoic understands that an insult often reveals far more about the speaker than the recipient. Behind the biting comment lies insecurity, unresolved pain, or a fleeting attempt to assert dominance. It is not a reflection of your worth, but a window into their struggles. To recognize this is to strip the insult of its power, transforming it from a personal attack into a neutral observation. But this recognition alone is not enough. The true power lies in your response, or lack thereof. To retaliate, to mirror their hostility, is to give them control over your peace. Stoicism teaches us to pause, to breathe, and to choose our response deliberately. This pause is not a suppression of emotion, but an acknowledgement of it, a moment to understand why the insult cuts so deeply and to remind ourselves that our self-worth does not hinge on the words of others. Silence, in this context, becomes a fortress of dignity. By refusing to engage, you assert that their words cannot dictate your state of mind. You demonstrate a strength that no insult can penetrate, a calm that reflects your inner stability. This is not passive submission. It is an active choice to protect your peace and uphold your values. To be clear, Stoicism does not demand that we ignore every insult or endure abuse in silence. It encourages us to act with wisdom and intention, to address harm when necessary, but always from a place of reason, not reaction. When an insult comes your way, ask yourself, does this person's opinion define who I am? Does their judgment alter my values or my integrity? The answer, invariably, is no. In mastering this approach, you not only shield yourself from the venom of others, but also cultivate a resilience that allows you to move through life with grace and confidence. You become unshaken by the storms of criticism, standing firm in the knowledge of who you are. And in your silence, you deliver a message more profound than words could ever convey. Your insult cannot touch me, for I am anchored in something far deeper, my unwavering sense of self. 3. Handling anger. Anger is a fire, bright, consuming, and often uncontrollable. It flares up in moments of perceived injustice, betrayal, or frustration, urging us to lash out, to let its heat drive our actions. Yet, as the Stoics remind us, this fire, if left unchecked, consumes not only its target but also the one who carries it. To live wisely, we must learn to harness this powerful emotion, transforming it from a destructive force into a tool for self-mastery and growth. The first step is to pause. In the heat of anger, our instinct is to react, often impulsively, without thought. But Stoicism teaches us that in this pause lies profound power. It is in that brief moment of stillness that we regain control, creating a space between the trigger and our response. This space allows us to ask a vital question: why am I angry? Beneath the surface of our anger often lies hurt, fear, or a sense of being wronged. By understanding its root, we can address the underlying issue with clarity rather than letting anger dictate our actions. But understanding is only the beginning. Stoicism invites us to examine the validity of our anger. Is it justified? Or is it the product of a misunderstanding or skewed perception? Often, When we challenge our assumptions, we find that our anger rests on shaky foundations, an exaggerated slight, a misinterpreted tone, or an expectation unmet. By questioning the source of our emotions, we can dissipate the flames before they engulf us. Even when anger is justified, Stoicism does not call for suppression but transformation. Anger, when tempered by reason and directed with intention, becomes constructive. It can motivate us to correct an injustice, set healthy boundaries, or stand up for ourselves with composure and dignity. This is anger as a tool, not a weapon. A controlled force used to illuminate rather than destroy. Seneca likened anger to a temporary madness, a state in which reason is overshadowed by impulse. To practice Stoicism is to reclaim our reason, to respond to anger with wisdom and restraint. This does not mean becoming emotionless. It means becoming the master of our emotions. By choosing how we react, we protect our peace, our relationships, and our integrity. In every moment of anger, there is a choice: to let it consume us or to channel it for good. The Stoic path is one of deliberate action, grounded in understanding and guided by principles. When anger arises, pause, reflect, and let your response be a testament to your strength, not a surrender to the chaos within. For in mastering anger, you do not just extinguish its fire. You transform it into a light that guides you toward wisdom and peace. 4. Facing unjust criticism. There are moments when the sting of unfair criticism feels almost unbearable. A careless comment, an undeserved accusation, or a deliberate attempt to undermine your character. The natural impulse is to push back, to defend your honor with the fervor of a soldier guarding a fortress. Yet, Stoicism offers us a more profound and transformative approach. To see criticism not as an enemy, but as an opportunity to refine our inner strength and preserve our peace. The first step is to pause. When faced with unjust words, our immediate reaction might be to retaliate, to correct the record with force and passion. But the Stoic understands that impulsive reactions often lead to regret. In the stillness of a pause, you grant yourself the clarity to assess the situation objectively. Ask yourself, does this criticism truly define me? Does it reflect my character or values? The answer is often no. Your worth is not determined by the fleeting opinions of others, but by the unwavering principles you live by. Unjust criticism, when viewed through a Stoic lens, becomes a mirror, not of you, but of the critic. Their words often reveal their own insecurities, misunderstandings, or emotional struggles. By recognizing this, you can detach yourself from the negativity and see it for what it truly is, a projection, not a reflection of your identity. This detachment is not apathy. It is wisdom. It allows you to preserve your energy for what truly matters, your actions and character. However, Stoicism does not advocate for blind dismissal of criticism. Even in the most unfair critique, there may be a kernel of truth, however small. Use this as an opportunity for growth. Analyze the criticism objectively. What, if anything, can you learn from it? This does not mean accepting unjust judgment, but it does mean using every experience, even the unpleasant ones, as a chance to refine yourself and grow stronger. Finally, remember that your peace of mind is a treasure too valuable to be disturbed by the fleeting judgments of others. Detach your emotional well-being from external validation. The opinions of others are like the wind, ever-changing and beyond your control. But your inner tranquility, rooted in self-knowledge and integrity, is yours to nurture and protect. When faced with unjust criticism, let silence be your shield and wisdom your sword. Respond, if necessary, with calmness and reason, but never from a place of anger or insecurity. For in that silence, you demonstrate a resilience and self-assurance that no words can shake. You show the world, and yourself, that your value is unshaken by external noise, anchored in the unyielding truth of who you are. 5. Grieving loss. Loss, in its many forms, is an inevitable chapter in the human experience. Whether it is the passing of a loved one, the end of a cherished relationship, or the shattering of long-held dreams, loss has a way of leaving us adrift, questioning our place in a world that suddenly feels emptier. In these moments, Stoicism does not ask us to suppress our pain or deny our grief. Instead, it offers us a compass to navigate the storm with dignity, resilience, and, ultimately, a sense of renewal. The Stoic approach to loss begins with acknowledgement. To grieve is not a weakness but a testament to the depth of our connections and the value of what was lost. The pain we feel is a reflection of the love, effort, or meaning that once filled our lives. By allowing ourselves to feel this grief, we honor what was meaningful without letting it consume us. Stoicism teaches us to recognize emotions as natural responses, not as commands. We can feel sorrow without letting it dictate our actions or define our future. Central to Stoicism's wisdom is the understanding of impermanence. Everything and everyone we hold dear is, in a sense, on loan to us. Life, fleeting and fragile, is a gift we cannot keep forever. Internalizing this truth does not diminish our experiences but deepens them. It encourages us to cherish moments fully and to let go with grace when the time comes. Loss, painful as it is, becomes a reminder of the preciousness of life itself. Yet, Stoicism does not advocate for solitary endurance. In times of loss, we are invited to lean on our community, to draw strength from those who walk alongside us. Sharing our grief does not weaken us. It connects us to the shared humanity of suffering and healing. And as we receive support, we also grow in our capacity to offer it, building bonds that endure even in the face of loss. Loss is also an opportunity for introspection. In the stillness that follows grief, we are given a chance to reflect. What can this teach me? How can I grow from this experience? Stoicism encourages us to find meaning, not in the loss itself, but in how we respond to it. Every ending carries within it the seeds of a new beginning, a chance to rebuild, to redefine, and to rediscover our strength. As you face loss, remember that the path through grief is not one of denial or resistance, but one of acceptance and growth. Feel the weight of your emotions, honor what is past, and trust in your ability to move forward. For in the ashes of loss, the Stoic finds not despair but a quiet resolve to embrace life anew, with a deeper appreciation for its fleeting, fragile beauty. 6. Responding to injustice. Injustice has a way of igniting a fire within us, a visceral response to the wrongs we witness or endure. It calls us to act, to fight, to correct what feels fundamentally out of balance. Yet, Stoicism teaches us that while the impulse to confront injustice is natural, our response must be measured, guided by wisdom rather than impulsive outrage. It is not indifference that Stoicism advocates but intentionality, choosing a path of action that aligns with our principles and preserves our inner peace. When faced with injustice, the first step is observation. Take a moment to pause and assess the situation clearly. What has occurred? What is within your power to change? The Stoic does not waste energy lamenting what lies beyond their control. Instead, they channel their focus into what they can influence, their actions, their words, their example. This clarity transforms anger into purpose, ensuring that every step taken is deliberate and impactful. Stoicism reminds us that injustice often thrives on chaos and reaction. By responding with calm and composure, you refuse to be drawn into the turmoil. This does not mean remaining silent in the face of wrongs. It means speaking with intention, acting with integrity, and pursuing justice in a way that reflects your highest values. Whether it is raising awareness, offering support, or working for systemic change, your actions become a reflection of your character, a commitment to what is right, not merely a reaction to what is wrong. Equally important is cultivating resilience in the face of injustice. The Stoics often spoke of the inner citadel, that unshakable core of strength and virtue within each of us. When you witness or experience injustice, it is easy to feel disheartened, even defeated. But remember that your inner citadel remains untouched by external events. This fortress of reason and integrity allows you to engage with the world without losing yourself to its chaos. Community, too, is a vital element of the Stoic response to injustice. We are not solitary beings. We are interconnected, woven into the fabric of humanity. When we stand together, sharing strength, wisdom, and compassion, we amplify our ability to affect change. Solidarity turns individual struggles into collective resilience, reminding us that even in the face of great injustice, we are never truly alone. The Stoic path is not one of passivity, but of principled action. It is about responding to injustice with courage and composure, guided by a deep sense of purpose. When confronted with wrongs, let your response be a testament to your values, measured, deliberate, and unwavering. In doing so, you not only challenge the injustice around you, but also strengthen the justice within you, embodying the wisdom of those who have walked this path before us. 7. Navigating ignorance. Ignorance, whether born of misunderstanding or willful neglect of truth, is a challenge we all face. It can be frustrating, even infuriating, to encounter someone who clings to flawed perspectives or refuses to see reason. Yet, the Stoic approach to ignorance calls us to transcend frustration and respond not with hostility, but with patience, empathy, and wisdom. For it is not our duty to fix others, but to manage ourselves in the presence of their misunderstanding. When faced with ignorance, the first step is to listen. This is not passive acceptance, but an active attempt to understand the roots of their perspective. What experiences, fears, or assumptions have shaped their beliefs? By seeking to comprehend, you not only gain insight into their worldview, but also cultivate a calmness that allows you to respond thoughtfully. This act of listening is not an endorsement of their ignorance. It is a reflection of your own self-control and willingness to engage meaningfully. Once you've listened, ask yourself, is this a moment for teaching, or is silence the wiser course? Not every instance of ignorance requires correction, and not every correction will be welcomed. Stoicism teaches us to weigh our efforts carefully, investing our energy only where it can bear fruit. When you do choose to respond, let it be with respect and composure, offering knowledge gently rather than forcing it. A lesson delivered with humility often reaches further than one wrapped in condescension. However, there are times when ignorance becomes harmful or dangerous. In these moments, Stoicism does not advocate for passive acquiescence. Instead, it calls for principled action, standing firm in truth while maintaining your inner calm. Address the issue directly, but let your response be guided by reason rather than emotion. By doing so, you protect both your peace and the integrity of your stance. At the same time, navigating ignorance is not solely about addressing others. It is also about confronting your own. Stoicism encourages lifelong learning and self-reflection, reminding us that we all have blind spots. Every encounter with ignorance, whether in others or ourselves, is an opportunity for growth. By remaining open to new perspectives and challenging our assumptions, we walk the path of wisdom with humility and grace. In the face of ignorance, the Stoic chooses not frustration but understanding, not confrontation but thoughtful engagement. And when engagement proves futile, silence becomes a powerful alternative, a choice to conserve your energy for pursuits that matter. For in navigating ignorance with patience and wisdom, you not only elevate yourself but also illuminate the path for others, whether they choose to follow it or not. 8. Silence amid boasting. In the presence of boastful words, it is easy to feel a mix of emotions: irritation at the self-centered display, discomfort with the comparison it invites, or even a twinge of competitiveness. Boasting often stems from a desire to be noticed, validated, or admired, a need to anchor one's worth in external recognition. Yet, as students of Stoicism, we are called to approach such moments with quiet composure, allowing our silence to become a statement of strength and self-assurance. When faced with boasting, the Stoic refrains from joining the chorus of self-praise or seeking to diminish the other. Instead, they listen, not to validate, but to understand. Behind every boast lies a story, often one of insecurity or longing for significance. By observing with detachment, you learn about the speaker's struggles without being drawn into their narrative. This act of silent listening requires no judgment, only the clarity to see that external validation is fleeting, while true worth resides within. Silence in these moments is not passive. It is an active choice to stay anchored in your own values and achievements, rather than measuring yourself against others. The Stoic knows that self-worth does not require an audience or applause. It is cultivated in the quiet moments of effort, discipline, and integrity. By choosing not to compete in the arena of boasting, you declare that your confidence is rooted in something deeper than recognition, a foundation that no external opinion can shake. What if the boasting becomes unbearable, veering into arrogance or falsehoods? Even here, Stoicism offers guidance. If a response is necessary, it should be measured, honest, and kind, aimed at truth rather than humiliation. A calm correction, free of ego, preserves both your dignity and the integrity of the interaction. But often, the wiser course is to remain silent, allowing your actions to speak louder than words ever could. This silence also provides an opportunity for introspection. Why does boasting affect you? Does it trigger insecurity, frustration, or the need to prove yourself? By examining your reaction, you uncover areas for personal growth, addressing the roots of your discomfort rather than masking it with outward competition. In choosing silence amid boasting, you embody humility, resilience, and a quiet confidence that speaks volumes without uttering a word. You rise above the noise, anchored in the knowledge that your worth does not depend on comparisons or validations. And in doing so, you inspire others, not through words, but through the profound strength of your silence. Conclusion: silence is far more than the absence of words. It is a deliberate choice, a source of strength, and a reflection of wisdom. In a world that clamors for reactions, thrives on noise, and rewards impulsive responses, the ability to pause, reflect, and remain silent is a rare and powerful discipline. By embracing Stoic silence, we not only shield ourselves from the chaos of external events, but also create space to nurture our inner peace and strengthen our character. In every situation, whether it is facing gossip, insults, anger, or injustice, silence offers a moment to rise above the noise and act with intention. It is in that quiet stillness that we find clarity, regain control, and reaffirm our values. Silence is not about surrendering or avoiding. It is about choosing when to speak, when to act, and when to let the strength of our character speak louder than words ever could. As you move forward in life, let Stoic silence become your companion, a guide to navigating the storms with dignity, composure, and an unwavering sense of self. When others react, you will pause. When the world shouts, you will stand in calm. And when the time comes to act, your response will be measured, purposeful, and powerful. If this journey into the art of silence has inspired you, I invite you to join our growing community of seekers and learners. Together, we explore the timeless wisdom of Stoicism, applying its principles to cultivate resilience, self-mastery, and peace in an ever-changing world. Subscribe to this channel to continue delving into these profound lessons, and let us walk this path of growth and discovery together. Your presence here enriches this journey. Each step you take toward mastering the art of Stoic silence is a step toward transforming your life. Thank you for being a part of this exploration, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video as we continue to uncover the wisdom of the ages.